All right. So we're going to do a construction of a regular hexagon. What does regular mean? I told you that verbally a while ago.
All sides are equal.
And?
It doesn't look stupid.
All sides are equal and doesn't look stupid is a perfect term. No, we also got same angles. So if the sides are the same, the angles have to be the same. And so what we've done is we have followed instructions of constructions. We followed, hey, do this, then do that, then do this. Well, this is kind of opposite. It's giving us a portion of it. So we're going to kind of have to see what they've done and see if we can create the other. And so, as you can see, the black line is what we are trying to achieve. What does the black line represent?
Straight line is 1 inch.
Huh? So we're not going to measure it. Didn't say anything about straight edge or ruler measuring it. What we have is that black line is going to represent what portion of our hexagon?
1/6.
So we got a base and we got 1/6. 1/6 is not right. Tell me about base. What does that mean? Right, it's going to be the line of the hexagon, which in this case is the side, right? Woo, y'all are trying to be way too, like, mathematical. Come on. Be very basic. It's the side of the hexagon. All right, and so how do they create that side? Based on what you have here, what instructions do you see happen? Okay, we have 2 circles. So we have a circle right here from this center. Let's just go ahead and label for ourselves. We'll call that A. So they drew a circle, right? And the radius of that circle is going to come to B. Do you agree with that? They drew the circle from there. All right? So how did they get the other circle? Yes, ma'am.
Did they, like, do it where they intersect?
How do you mean?
Or, like, just an angle?
Okay, so I'm going to ask you this. Is the distance from A to B and B to A the same?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course, right? I mean, it's just a course. And so what they did is they took this, they plotted B, because it didn't say anything about your hexagon had to be this length, it's just they established it. So they drew their circle here and drew that one. Do you agree? And so then they flipped it, put their point at B, and they drew that one. So we just established we have 2 circles that have the what kind of radius? What kind of radiuses do they have? They're 2 congruent radius. I heard somebody mumble it. 2 congruent radius. And so with that, the points of intersection that happened created the line segment, right? And so I have a point of intersection right here. We can call that C if we want. The other point of intersection is right there. We can call that D. So tell me, why do we know that BC is congruent to BD? Why do we know that? Why do we know those 2 are congruent? Ma'am?
They're both the radius?
They're both the radius of which circle?
B?
They're both the radius of B, right? This line segment is called CB. This line segment is called DB. What point do they have in common? B, and B is the center of the circle. Do you agree with that? All right, and so what do we need to do to get the next one? So we performed basically 2 steps of the construction just from looking at it. We got circle A, circle B, and we got the intersection.
I went the ground thing at the bottom. The bottom of it.
The bottom of it.
Of the hexagon.
Down here?
From C to the left.
Here?
Yes.
So what did you do?
Go to the left.
But what does go to the left mean? What did you do to the left?
Added a side.
Just drew it for fun? Just say there it is?
Well, it has to be there.
It does. But we can't just estimate that side, right? We have to have something that can precisely draw the side.
I made a new circle from point C.
Point C? What length of the radius did you use?
Like,
So you put your point
yeah.
here, and you use that one right there. So we are also saying that the length of radius AC is the same as what radius?
Wow.
Huh? AB, and also And also, well, yes, CB. So all those radius are the same, right? So I drew this. Whoop, mine moved. You agree with that? All right, and so therefore, do I have a point of intersection? Right there. And so therefore, I have the next side, right? Why didn't I draw the whole circle? Wasn't necessary, right? I could go ahead and draw the whole circle, but my next point of intersection was going to be what? B, wasn't it? I already got that one. And so how am I going to get the next side? First of all, we need to establish, so we got A, B, C, D, and this would be E, correct? And so how would I get the next one?
You would draw a circle with the center at E.
Center at E. What's my radius value? It'd be the same one as AB, so it would also be the same one as E to A. Very good. E to A would also be it. And therefore, I created this point A, B, C, D, E, F, and I have this side. Agree with that? All right, so what do I do next? I have a point at C, my radius length to A. I think my pencil just slid. Your pencil slid. There we go. Now, here's another thing I want you to see that you can do with constructions. If I come the other direction, I put my point here to here. I'm going to create AD. Let's see what I'm going to do here. If I went from this way to A, and this is going to happen a lot in your construction, so this is kind of free of charge, I'm going to create that side. And typically when an X is created, that's going to create a point that you'll draw. And you'll see that show up in some other constructions that I will do it on one side, and then I'll do it on the other. So if I'm looking at this circle, circle A, that point that I just created, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, what does G look like it is to F and D? Just look at it. On this arc of this circle, what does G look like? It looks like a point. Is it just a regular old point that just happened? It looks like it could be the middle, right? So think about how I did that. How did I create that point? And now we go, oh, it looks like it could be the middle. Think about what I did. And that question won't be answered now. It's going to be answered in some other constructions, but I want you to be able to see that. And so I can complete this drawing. Just like that. And I got a regular hexagon. Any questions?